Hi guys, this is your April forecast. Bear with me, I'm a bit shaky today with some tremors, but let's get going and let's see how your April month will sort out. Aries, in April, the first 8 days are going to be quite fast for you. You might find that they're a little bit emotional. In April, what you're doing is you're looking at how the world sees you and how you can change that view of yourself. You're also, in your career-wise or financially, looking to be able to progress further and get further than you are at the moment. So you're setting those plans, but you have to look at the side that is unbalanced. You may have the plan, you may be putting in the work, but you're missing out on something or forgetting something that is really important to that surge moving forward. You have the Ace of Swords here, so you need to look at the truth. You need to look at what you are forgetting, what you are not putting in, and be able to sort that out as quickly as possible so that you can get that end result. When it comes to your health, it feels like there might be some newness to the way that you look. So whether you get some new clothes, get your face done, get your hair done, some sort of freebie, anything on the way that you spend money on practical, tangible habits on the way that you look. When it comes to your relationships, it looks like you might be ending something and starting new, fresh with someone else, but just make sure that you're not overbearing that person too fast. You might find that there's two on the horizon, so if you've been seeing someone, you might find that someone really blows you away. When it comes to your family, it looks like there's an imbalance here. There could be a bit of rage, there could be some internal frustration that is taken out on you or you onto others, and this month you're asked to curb that. Like I said, the first 8 days are going to be very, very fast for you. When it comes to your day-to-day life, it looks like that balance that is needed will really change your outlook on life and how people see you. Taurus, it looks like you're wanting to wrap everything up. You're wanting to get to the end of this routine, this cycle in your life, and you're ready and energized to move forward. You do have the passionate Knight card here, which is saying that you're ready, you're willing, you're putting in that hard effort, you're looking at what your future contains. This is in all areas of your future, and you're wanting to make that change now. Also, you might come up against some unexpected financial outlays that you weren't expecting. You also might find that there's some secrets that come out which illuminate something, some reasoning, some incident that happened last year. When it comes to your health, we're looking at things underneath the surface in the subconscious world. Maybe you're hallucinating, having some daydreams, having some dreams, and they either scare you or they make you stop and think about what is actually going on in your life. When it comes to your finances, you might be looking at finishing what you're doing and getting a new job, or wrapping one project up and starting a new one. When it comes to your health, it looks like you really are putting in that effort, full gun, full energy, full passion moving forward. When it comes to your relationships, again, you might be coming to the end of that cycle, and it's on a psychological basis. It's like mentally you needed to get there after you emotionally had, and once you've got them both tied up together, you can just let them go. So this month in April, you're looking towards the future and excited about what is out there for you. Gemini, this month you're looking at your networks, your contacts, and how that can work for you. There seems to be an imbalance here between practicality and plans that you are trying to move forward with, but you need to go back to the drawing board. There's an imbalance there that is not helping you. You do have the passion, you do have the plan, there's a bit of oomph behind it that is not actually fully in with what you're doing. You do have the Fool card, so this means that there is going to be a brand new road for you. You're either starting something new, you are moving. This is a major arcana card, so this is starting off with fresh inspiration. This is about you starting on a new journey, a new adventure. When it comes to your work, using those contacts to climb that ladder, meeting interesting people, someone with some wise words that really sink deep into your mind that you can just bite on and think, you know what, I'm going to apply that to me. I think that's definitely going to work. When it comes to your friendships, it's a party time for you to get out there, socialize, have some fun, start new things. A little bit of innocence around this too, so you might be new to the surroundings. When it comes to your health, it looks like you are getting there, Gemini. It looks like you have so many tabs open up in your mind though, that you need this Fool card. You need this Fool card here to be able to move forward. You need to close all those tabs, get that imbalance sorted, because your Aries and your Libra are not quite right, especially with this eclipse, and the first 8 days are going to be really, really fast. When it comes to your family, you might find that the gatherings there, you run into someone you haven't seen for a while, and their impression on how you look or how you speak, they're going to give you a compliment. You're going to think, oh wow, other people are noticing how I'm feeling within. Cancer, there seems to be some aggression, some rage, some imbalance here, frustration even with you and a parent, you within a family situation. So that needs to be tempered. It might come from a burst of energy that's been accumulating in your mind for a while with you or a family member that just seems to combust all at once, especially this last 2 days and the first 8 days of April. And with that might come some conclusions, and someone has to just step up or step out. When it comes to your career, you are ambitious this month. Your passion, your drive, your determination, your planning is the way for you to be able to equalize and be able to give birth to that new plan, that new job, that new title, that new goal, whatever it is that you're trying to do with your ambitions, whether that be financial or with your career. When it comes to your health, it looks like you might find that there's something from your parentage that is sparking up in your health this month. You also might find that you are hiring someone, some sort of authority to take note of your health. The Sun card is a major arcana card coming on the back of an eclipse. It means that the sun will shine after that rainbow of that rocky time. So with that, I feel like you are nearly there. This loop has to happen. This change has to happen and occur for you to be able to stand in that light and that highlight that you've dreamed for yourself. When it comes to your health also, expect that things will conclude this cycle being able to move forward. And lastly, when it comes to your friends, you might find that there is a network gathering where you run into a friend and you don't realize that you're in the same circles, that kind of thing, but it should be an interesting time for you. Leo, it looks like travel, overseas travel or moving is on the horizon for you. Now in your financial sector, you might be looking at import exports. You might be looking at how you can further your reach, so whether that's online, a new website, whether you're doing some extra training to be able to have a different degree or title to be able to help you gain more. Also, it's a psychological basis here when it comes to April, where you will be, this is the Two of Wands, where you will be deciding what needs to go, what you can work with as wisdom to be able to move forward. So psychological, cultural, a stoic time for you this month. You might be looking into different religions. You might be looking at getting online and talking to different people from different classes, from different cultures, from different tax brackets, and that will help you. When it comes to your health, you want to change, you want to move on, you want to move forward, you want to have movement, but you're not quite sure which way it is that you want to go, and so you've got two ways to go there. You might have already started the journey, and what you've gotten to a plateau where you need to push forward and get to the next level, so that's what you might be looking at. When it comes to love, there might be a distance between you and your lover, whether that be actual distance or whether the door has been closed and there's been less talking. When it comes to your family, there's a psychological issue between two, looks like a parent and two sisters, or it could be a parent and two aunties, something there which is bringing up the past, which is causing harassment to all of you. Hi Virgo, you're looking at who you are reliant on, those around you that you, whether it's your boss, whether it's a parent, whether it's your partner, there's an imbalance there, and for you to be able to get past that, we need to look at where the actual direction inside is coming from. Does it come from a good place, or does it come from a place of rage? We're also, when we're looking at our finances, we're wanting to divvy up stocks, we want to balance things out, we've got a plan that we're trying to set for the future. Maybe you're collecting all your debts into one place, figuring out what your finances are going to be. We do have the major arcana card, the strength card, and this is the strength to overcome. This is strength with family matters. This is the strength that you pull from within. The cowardly custard is coming up here as well, so if you know that you've been acting from a place of unnatural emotions like rage or anger directed at the wrong people, you might find that this is where you're going to balance. When it comes to your health, we are looking at the area of your urinary tract, anything anything in the reproductive area. There's an imbalance there. So if it's a male, it might be testosterone. If it's a female, again, it could be testosterone as well. There's an imbalance there that's not helping. When it comes to your relationships, you might be talking to someone from your past, an ex, especially through Mercury retrograde, and you might be having a discussion about what your long-term plans might be if you ever thought you might get back together. Or maybe you're sitting there and you're having a conversation of what times used to look like. When it comes to your home, looking at the landlord, there's some sort of new rule that's coming in. Maybe they're upping the rent, or maybe you're finally finding a place that you can rent. Hi Libra, this is your April forecast. It looks like with your legalities and with your commitments, you've got to reinforce that, especially if you're looking down for a loan or for anything to do with custody, divorces, family share, family split. That is where we're looking and highlighting all of this month. You do have the Four of Wands, which is good news, good harvest, good things coming into the family home. So you might get compensation from a rental. You may be putting in for extra money to do some renovations, or you're buying a house or selling a house, something to do with that. You're also looking at how with the last 2 days of March and the first 8 days of April, where there's a balancing act, where there's some sort of rage, some sort of determination, some sort of wanton desire, which has come a little bit unraveled, a little bit out of your control. We need to put the brakes on that a little bit and replan, regroup. People with commitment issues, that might come up this month as well when it comes to partnerships or someone you rely on within the family. When it comes to your health, we're looking at all things spiritual and all things that may make your body tingle. So whatever area that is for you. Diabetes is also being thrown in there as well, and epilepsy as well. When it comes to your relationships, you might really find that this is where you decide, this person's emotionally controlling me, or I'm emotionally controlling them. We need to balance this out a little bit, and if we're unable to do that, then we're going to have to move forward. But don't forget, you do have the Four of Wands here, so there's passion abound if you are someone that lives or long-term relationship. Scorpio, we're looking at your day, your routine, and who you look after and who looks after you, what your routine actually is, and there has to be a change there. For some of you, the seriousness of your ambitions have been, dithering, spreading it over a wide source of topics, but this is the time for you to get real. You might find that your health is impacting on your work, or that your work is impacting on your health. We do have the Eight of Swords here, so you feel very much frightened, paralyzed, with fear. You feel like you're stuck. Your thoughts are interrupting how you feel about work, or interrupting how you look out to the world. You're trapped within your own sense of grief, your own sense of worry, your own sense of thoughts, and it's distressing you and causing a lot of emotions. The first 8 days of April are going to be fast for you, and you might find that you panic within the first 8 days as well, but be rest assured that things will work themselves out. You also might find you're let down by someone that you do trust or that you rely on, or that someone just up and leaves, so that leaves your schedule, your routine has to change there with that as well. You're looking to have more planning, more direction when it comes to your life, your ambitions, whether it's your work or with your relationships as well, and you need to put a bit more passion, a little bit more planning around that. So if you are looking at saving up money, you've got to put that into place on a weekly basis. And lastly, when it comes to your home, there looks like someone might need a bit of compassion and sympathy this month. Sagittarius, all of this month you're looking at how you can get your hobbies, any projects that you're on, moving forward. You also might find within the family way or in the work way, or even with your friends, that someone's not coming to the party, someone's not doing their share. They could be just playing games, they could be trying to provoke you, they could be trying to get you off the team, or maybe you're feeling like that. This is also in your health, where there's some pains up the side of your body, middle of your back and your heart as well. You might be finding palpitations, you might be finding it's panic attack, you might be finding that someone's raising your blood pressure, whether it be someone you work with or whether it's a family member pushing your buttons. This is also a time of dating as well, getting out there and enjoying yourself. Don't pin all your hopes on one person if you're single. This is a time of fun and enjoyment for the month of April. When it comes to your funds, it looks like wherever you put your money, so you might be putting some money into a project or a hobby, it does have a long-term payoff when it comes to that. And lastly, when it comes to your direction in life, there seems to be a blown pistol in an engine. So, you know, the driver's there, but it's lost its force. And so you need to even kill that so that you can have that energy to put your foot on the pedal and roar into the future. Capricorn, all of this month you are looking at how you are able to balance out those that are around you in a position of authority. So when it comes to your employer, you might find that they are acting on the defensive, or you are speaking out on how they treat you in a way that is just not acceptable professionally. All your attention this month is going to be on your home and your family members. You might find that someone there is indefensible and is vulnerable, and compassion is needed here. You might find that you're needed more at home. When it comes to family members, you might find that someone is acting on the defensive or attacking those in front of them, whether that comes from rage, frustration, or hate of themselves or you towards them. It's also a time where you are able to get out there and make a commitment of some sort to do with your home, whether that is okay, so this is the plan, we're going to buy a new house in 6 months' time, we're going to move in 6 months' time, or how I can collect funds and to be able to save up so that my day-to-day life and my day-to-day family routine is a lot better. When it comes to your love life, you might find that someone's defensive about their family or situation there, and you have to explain yourself. You might find that you are, if you are in a relationship, that you go and visit them in the family home or get to meet the family, and you might find that there's something there that's not quite orthodox and that's not quite accepting. When it comes to your health, it looks like in the family way, in that area, you might find that there is something to question. After about 3 or 4 weeks, you'll come to a conclusion and this will all be sorted. Hi Aquarius, in the month of April there is a lot going on, a lot of duties, appointments, a lot going on in your mind, lots to remember. The schedule's looking quite full. You do have the Tower card here in your reading for the month of April. We've just finished an eclipse, got another one coming soon. In the first 8 days you're going to not quite know where you are, coming or going. There's a lot going on in your mind, but with all these duties and appointments, April is actually quite busy. You're going to get stuck in your head, you're going to be doing an awful lot of communicating. You might find that you have to vie for a spot, whether that be ambition-wise or financial-wise. There's some competition there. Also, trying to track down an appointment is going to be difficult as well due to delays. When it comes to your relationships, you might find that someone's playing mind games with you, or that you have the same mindset. When it comes to your family, you might find that in your local neighborhood there might be something there that is quite interesting that will be able to help you to have more. Now, with the Tower card, it means that there's been a breakdown in communication. There's been something that's blown the mind here. You might find that someone else's rage, someone else's fire, or a series of unfortunate events have really gotten to your mind and brought you down in a melancholy way. But do not fear, because this month is actually going to be quite positive for you. You are going to cover a lot of ground, much more than you have in the first couple of months of this year, and you're going to end up with some really, really good results and get the goal. So it could be a dream. For me, I want to travel, so I'm going to get there before the end of this month. Pisces, during this month you're looking at how you feel about yourself internally and how that feeling is amongst other people. So how do you feel when you're in a partnership? How do you feel when you're in a group? You can be introverted and you can be extrovert, because once you're on a roll and you're going with the people in the same pod as you, like fish is all going downstream, you're all going in the same way. But sometimes when you're pushed up against the wall, you're swimming against the tide, this makes a real struggle for you. You need to stop struggling, you just need to turn around and go with the flow. You do have the Four of Swords, so you've got some things pressing on your mind when it comes to your home. So when you're going to sleep, you might find you have insomnia. You might find that this is coming from an internal struggle of morality, how you feel about yourself, or even a partnership that is broken down. When it comes to your work, you might find that your salary is going to change, or that you're reviewing that or looking over that, or you're looking for a new job. When it comes to your ambitions, you might find that a partnership, a duo, will certainly push you right over that edge into that stardom and get you more gains. When it comes to relationships, you might find that there is a question to do with your commitment, or again, someone from the past might be coming through during the Mercury retrograde. The first 8 days of this month is going to go quite quickly. You might be second guessing yourself, you might be feeling melancholy, and you might be finding that you're questioning, how can me and another person get over that line, because there is a little bit of pre-planning that needs to be done. You've missed a couple of steps there. You may be determined, you might have the idea, you might have the plan, you might have the will and need to find the way, but to temper that, you actually need to sit down and find out the spots that you're missing. When it comes to your health, lastly, it looks like you've got that dual sword there. So A, we want to look after our mental health, but B, we also want to be able to think clearly, and that's where you're falling down this month. Last but not least, here is your special edition. We have an eclipse coming up in April, and we've just had an eclipse. I've got the Four of Wands here for you as an overall theme of what April's going to be for everybody. Now, it looks like that powers and passions have collided with what is equality and what is determined as being fair, equal, or unjust. This is on a world scale, but also in your life as well, whether that's your family, your work, your ambitions, your friends, or a relationship as well. So what needs to happen in this month is for us to be able to take that stand, to have that new start, to be able to push forward as we're going into May, because that's where things are going to shift for you. There needs to be the imbalance corrected. So where is it one grain of sand that is making things tip? Where is it that you've lost sight? What part are you missing? Where is the point that you've overlooked? Is there a person that you've overlooked? This is a time for you in April, for all of you, where we have to even keel it. So with the next eclipse that's happening in April, you might find that you've found that purpose, you've found that focus, and that you found that last point that you needed to be able to get that over the line.